film distribution companies have to do many things to publicise and gain public awareness of their films. And the two things which I will be talking about will be my poster and my trailer, since they're two of the things which I have done, and they're also two of the biggest and most popular ones that film distribution companies will use. So for the poster, this is going to be on like billboards when people drive past it. It might be at bus stops or even on the side of a bus maybe. It may also be in the adverts in magazines. So it's going to be something which people flick through very quickly. It's not going to be something generally that someone's going to spend a long time looking at. If it's on a billboard, you're going to drive past it, you might see it. So it does have to be quite stereotypical, and if you look at a lot of horror posters, they are similar in a way. Two posters that I looked at on my blog were Friday the 13th and Mirrors, and they both have kind of very similar types of things on them. They're very kind of dark with red fonts, and there's always there's either you get two parts on the Mirrors. There's a very close-up shot, whereas on Friday the 13th there's kind of a more long shot, but obviously the guy is kind of on there is quite dark and hidden, and he's got a massive knife in his hand. And the thing about these posters is you look at them and you instantly know there's a horror film, and you instantly know the title of the film as well. And that's like two very important things. If you consider if someone's going to be looking at one of these things for maybe like 2 seconds, is someone going to know the vague details of your film, so title and genre, because that is going to give them a hint of whether they want to watch it or not. If someone likes horror films and they see your poster for 2 seconds, are they going to be interested in it? Are they going to want to go and find the trailer and see when it's out? And I think that my poster has been quite effective in this, because when you look at it, it's quite a dark poster. You can see the gas mask on the side of it, and you can also see Crash Site very clearly. All the other things, like the actors, are near the top. There's a little punchline thing. There's the certificate down the bottom, and the date and the billing block and things like that. But the most important things are the gas mask and the title. And if someone was to look at just to flick past my poster, I think that it would be effective, because I think they'd look at it and I think you'd be pretty certain that they'd know it's a horror. They might think it's maybe some sort of sci-fi horror. There's been things in the past with gas masks that are a bit sci-fi-ish, but they're going to know it's called Crash Site. They're going to know it's some sort of scary film. They're not going to look at it and think, oh, it's a children's film. They're going to know exactly what type of film it is, and for that reason I think it will be a pretty effective ancillary piece of text. As for the trailer, well, trailers are obviously highly important for film distribution companies, especially in the horror movie industry, because the target audience for horror movies tend to be kind of young adults and teenagers, and these are also the people who will mostly spend time on the internet. And obviously the trailers will go out on things like YouTube, and you can publicise them on social network sites such as Twitter and Facebook. And if you can get your trailer to have a lot of views, and you can build up a lot of hype for the film, it can spread via word of mouth very quick over social network sites. And it's also a very cost effective manner, since that all it really is just clips from the film and also music from the film as well. And obviously there will be a lot of time and care when editing it to make sure that it is good, but this doesn't mean that it costs very much, and obviously it is a very cost effective way to promote a film. I think that my group's trailer was very effective as well. We stuck to quite a few conventions. For example, the setting was in kind of a wooded area, and it was one of those documentary type things you see, like Paranormal Activity, and it had all the fuzzy static bits to make the distortion of the camera, and it was quite grainy when you were looking at the point of view shots from the handheld camera, which are all you kind of typical conventions from that type of film. The film also had suitable build-up and quite a lot, built up quite a lot of tension with various sound effects. And there was also jumpy sections, right near the end of the trailer. There's a bit where the camera is right in a close-up, and we have some screaming, and then the title comes in. And we also tried to keep the trailer quite dark. It's on a lot of the shots. It's really dark, it's been color corrected. And this makes it quite an effective horror trailer, as it sticks to these things, and it's a horror trailer by the music and all the fuzziness. You're wondering what's going on, and then you build up, and then once it gets to the fast-paced bit at the end where you're seeing people running, dropping cameras, it's a really effective method, and you see a lot of these things in other horror trailers too, especially similar ones like Blair Witch Diaries, Paranormal Activity, and things like that.